What's going on, guys? Alex here with TFL Bike, and you can probably tell that we are not in the regular TFL garage. This shop is way cooler. We've got Tommy's monkey right now sitting up on this lift, and that's because thanks to Revzilla, we're gonna be fitting this with new tires today. So we're gonna go through, show you the process. I really haven't done this myself, so I'm gonna be learning as we go. And to help us, we have Andy, so come on in here. Andy has been a fan of the channel since we started it. We actually met over at IMI when we were reviewing the
riding dirt bikes.
Yep, and you've been doing this a long time. You know your way around a motorcycle.
34 years in this garage here, over 45 years in my career. So yeah, I'm living my passion for sure. It's
impressive. You'll get to know Andy because we're gonna do quite a few videos with him. He has a pretty cool track here in his backyard. We're actually here with the Hawk today too, so in an upcoming video you'll get to see Andy's impressions of our Chinese Hawk DLX. But for this video, Andy's gonna be showing us how to tackle a tire change on the monkey, because I take my bikes into shops all the time to change my tires and I'm sick of paying for it. I wear out my tires quickly on the track, so today I'm gonna learn how to do it myself and hopefully pass that info on to you. Let's get into it.
These are the basic tools for doing tires. Motion Pro products, excellent. Basics.
Easy, so just a couple of tire spoons, bead breaker, valve core removal, and some rim shields so we don't scratch the wheels up.
This is going to be the helpful tool. Lubrication, wet, makes things slippery.
And this is just water with a little bit of dish soap, right?
Yes, and a little bit of isopropyl alcohol to help it dry. Makes it easy without you chunking out tires.
And then we're hoping we don't have to use this, but what is this, Andy?
That is a bead blaster. You can actually do a full tire swap on this. It can be actually bolted down if you need be. There's 4 corners for that. This is really the biggest problems you'll have, especially tires that have been on bikes for a while, breaking the bead. Once you break the bead, then that really gets you through to the next option of pulling that tire off.
All right, so we just pulled off the rear wheel off the monkey and we pulled the sprocket off. Can you kind of explain to me, this is a cush drive, right?
Yes.
Can you explain what that means?
Yes, cush drive, it's all rubber. These pieces will all go in to the rim. And then there's notches and those will fall into place there. And as you kick it into gear, it actually has a little bit of rubber resistance. So if this was solid, metal to metal, you would certainly feel that a lot more. Anything that you can take off a wheel to do the process to change the tire is always a good bonus. So.
And Andy, this being a 12-inch wheel and tire, do you think this is going to be harder or easier than, let's say, like a 17-inch or 21-inch, something like that?
17-inch is my favorite.
Yeah.
Sport bike tires, any of that, those are generally really pretty good to work with. Smaller rims are more difficult because of the size of the tire that you have to put on it. It definitely makes it difficult for the leverage side of things. So there we go. That's part of it. And patience is always a big deal with tires. If you're in a hurry, you're gonna have a bad day. So you can see what we just did there. That's breaking that bead. So same thing, we'll flip it over. That's the hard part about it, with the bead being broken already on the other side. There we go. So I'll kind of do this, and I'll have you do the front.
Okay. Cool.
And we'll kind of swap out and whatever needs to be done. So let's just see how hard these are. Oops. It's not bad at all. Okay, so we started there. Just want to make sure this opposite side is all the way in down as far as that can go into the center of the rim.
Okay.
Okay, because what that does is it gives this more pulling power. So now you can also do this way. We'll flip this over, and if you're very careful, you can use the brake as a stay, especially for a guy like me that works by himself all the time.
Oh, look at that.
So now you're already halfway there. Same thing. These are awesome. This is why I set the short one first, because that's usually the easiest. You'll need longer ones to get in and get some meat. And you see how now we're loosening things up.
Nice. The tires we're installing are these Pirelli SL60s, courtesy of Revzilla. They're very similar to the MT60s on Case's Sportster, and we chose them for their durable rubber compound, their performance on and off-road, and of course, the blocky style. The tires have a specific direction they must be mounted, but there's also a preferred orientation. The red dot you see on this tire is meant to line up with the valve stem for better balance.
You see what I'm doing? Get this part of the bead, yes, and just kind of squeeze it in there, and that gives you more to push off here. So you can, I hope, see too what the soapy water's doing.
Yep.
So imagine that dry, which I mean, people will really fight that hard, and it's like, no, that's not where you want to go. Okay, normally, you want to hold that, Alex? Mm-hmm. This is normally for spoked wheels. So it's a rim lock, and you would actually put this in right here, lock it into a spoke, and that holds this, especially if you're by yourself. Because what happens every time you work around here, it undoes here. So we can't use that because it's not, that's a really cool tool for that setup. Same thing, I'm gonna try to keep it short. If you go too much in the center, you'll tear the bead. So everything's just little short bites.
Okay, so the rest of the way you just can go by hand once you have it.
However you can do that, and that's what you see why I mean by that center of the rim. You're just giving that much more to, and anything you can do to avoid using these, always a bonus.
We successfully got the new tire mounted up to the wheel. Now we just need air in the tire, so we had to put the valve core back in. Then we tried smacking the tire on the ground a little bit to get the bead to seat, but it wasn't working. So Andy showed me this pretty cool trick using a ratchet strap.
There we go. Okay, you got to be really careful with this stuff too. You can't put a lot of air in it. You can see I just got it started, so I want to release just a little bit. Let's see if we get it. Yep. So I can probably release all the way. Yep, it's gonna pop too, so it'll be loud. Pop. One more.
Nice.
Okay.
That's satisfying.
Yes, it is. Annoying too, if you do a whole bunch of them all day long, your ears get,
I'm sure.
You gotta wear plugs.
So we just got the bead to set, but now the tire's way overinflated, so Andy's adjusting the pressure right now. If you look on the side of the tire, it will tell you the max cold pressure. This happens to say 25 PSI. Andy was telling me though, that's for max weight. So 2 riders on the bike, fully loaded out, and that's really not how this is gonna be ridden. So we're gonna go down to like 20, 22 PSI to start. right, I'm gonna try tackling this for the first time myself. So I'm gonna let the air out of the tire here. And now I'll just get it lubed up a little bit, try and pop the bead, see how this goes.
Excellent. Yep. Same thing, go over again.
There we go.
There you go.
Nice.
Flip her over. Excellent. Excellent. Good job, Alex. Come on, pop.
Do you ever work back the other way, or?
You can, but you really want to kind of keep going around the circle. You can go back, but just what you're doing. Knees, feet, hands. Good job, bud.
This might be our bead breaker. You see what I mean by
how, you know, when it comes from the factory, they put this stuff on.
All right, let's try the machine.
Yeah.
All right, just get that centered up here. Let's give this a go. There we go. Now we're off. Sweet. Okay.
And that's why I say, man, it'll give you a workout.
Now, does it matter starting on the brake side or the other side?
Again, if you wanted to do that on this side, you saw what I did with the spoon first. So go ahead and grab your first bite, and then you can put that underneath the rotor. There you go. Twist.
I like that little trick.
There you go.
Sweet. Look at that. Got the tire off. All right, so we got to check the direction on this tire. As you can see, there's actually a different direction for front and rear. We're using this as a front tire, so it's going to go this way. Brake goes on the right side, so it's going to mount up just like that. And then I did see a red dot on here somewhere. Right here, we're going to line that up with the valve stem, so it'll go just like that.
Here's a air chuck, Alex.
Sweet.
Line's right behind you.
Yep.
Okay, looks like a strap on this one too. All right, that's good. Okay, now at this stage, keep all fingers and your eyes and everything else away, because when these things pop, they'll just my juice getting it wet, any of that. I don't want anything in your eyes. Safety glasses obviously are good, but you got to go until those things go pop, pop. 1, 2. That's all you need.
Cool. Now just check the pressure.
Yep.
We'll be good. All right, so there you go, guys. There's the process of putting a new set of tires on a Honda Monkey, or any motorcycle for that matter. I definitely learned a lot, and this is something I'll be tackling by myself on my own bikes in the future. Andy, come on in here for a sec. Thank you so much for your help with this.
My pleasure.
Really appreciate all the tips.
Me,
I'm sure some people in the videos could learn from you as well. And make sure you subscribe to the channel, because he's got some really cool bikes around here. How many do you have on your property? 17 CT70s, just like this one right here.
9 school bikes, all dirt bikes. I'm a dirt bike guy. That's what I teach out here, is how to get dirty first.
Yeah, so he's got tons of stuff. We're going to be shooting videos all the time out here. Make sure you stay tuned to that. Also, if you're interested in picking up any of these tools or the tires, they're all available at revzilla.com. So huge thanks to our sponsor for this video. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to head on over to tflbike.com so you don't miss any stories in the motorcycle world. Catch you in the next video.